Hi world, it's Wendy again. I just wanted to document what I had to do to get to this point in case any of you are interested. Um, I am going to talk about insurance and about the psych evaluation and the mental health and the nutrition classes. So, if you have any questions, just let me know. First, I started this journey about 3 years ago. I was praying to the Lord to bring me something to help me so my body could glorify Him. And it just seems like He has brought me on this path, and this is the direction He wants me to go. So here I am, because it's just been too easy along the way. Every time I've had an obstacle, it just falls right down. So I really feel like the Lord is leading me to do this. My insurance, how I started out is I went to a seminar at the Gastric Bypass Hospital, and they talked about lap band, and they talked about gastric bypass, and it looks like I would eat my way out of the lap band because I love food. And the gastric bypass just seemed the right way to go for me. And then after I went to the seminar to learn about both of the procedures, well, several procedures, then I went to my family physician, because my insurance company, I have Medicare and Medicaid because I have muscular dystrophy, and Medicaid doesn't cover the surgery, but Medicare does for me, and I had to meet certain requirements, and part of the Medicaid requirements were you had to have high blood pressure, which I don't, and you have to have sleep apnea, which you stop breathing in the middle of the night when you're sleeping. And right at that time I got sleep apnea, and I had to get a CPAP machine, and I had to go to a sleep study and have all these electrodes on me, and I had sleep apnea, so I qualified. And then you had to have 6 months recorded weight loss with your family physician. So I started that, and there was a weigh-in once every month, and you had to be on a 1,500 calorie diet, which I didn't do well on the diet, but you didn't have to. You just had to do the diet in order to pass, and so I did. And then I got approved, and once I got approved, then I started going to the weight loss classes, and they started describing things that you would go through and how your life would change, on how you have to eat with baby spoons, how you have to drink out of sippy cups, how your stomach will no longer be the size of a football, it'll be the size of a golf ball, and you have to learn how to eat smaller portions for your pouch. It's not even a stomach, it's called a pouch. So I learned all about that. Then I was required to go to a support group, which I totally loved. The support group has been great. I met people who have had the surgery years ago and are still doing well. I met people who just had the surgery and what it's like for them, and I met people who are getting ready to have the surgery and that are in my shoes. And every person there was so wonderful and supportive, and just the information they give you there, it's just awesome. If you have an ability to go to a support group, I totally recommend it. Then after the support group, then I had my psychological evaluation. I'd been through counseling before, so I thought I had addressed all my issues. You know, normal counseling things like childhood, your family, I had issues. I was bipolar, manic depressive. I had addiction to sex addict, drug addict. So I had addressed all those issues, and the Lord had helped me conquer every one of those. And then I go for this psych evaluation, and they just want to talk about food, and they want to talk about my life with food and how I use food, and if I'm an emotional eater, and if I'm a binge eater, and if I eat in private, and if I eat at parties, and if I eat. And the answer was yes, 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 yes. So then I had to face that I had a food addiction, which I knew I loved food, but I never really thought of myself as a food addict. So that was something I had to face, which was no fun. I guess I just wasn't ready, or I was ready to face it, but it was just hard. Then after the psychological evaluation, I passed that. I had to go to more doctor's appointments with the nurse and the surgeon, just to talk about the procedure and the surgery and make sure I understood everything even more. Then I had to go to more nutrition classes, where they showed you, tools and vitamins and things like that. And then I got approval, and I got my surgery date. And my surgery date is January the 19th, 2010. And this Monday, day after tomorrow, I have my pre-op testing, so I'll have to let you know how that goes. And then I have my 8-hour nutrition class where I'm going to learn about vitamins and food and the diet before surgery, after surgery, in great detail. So I'll let you know how that goes. And then I have the surgery a week from Tuesday. I'm so excited. So I'm a little nervous still. You know, you talk and you hear about people who there's been a leak and it's caused death, or it's caused an extended hospital stays and things. So that part scares me a little, but I know the Lord. So if anything does happen, I know where I'm going, and I would miss everyone to leave them behind, but I would be so happy to be in heaven with the Lord. That would be awesome. So I'm not scared, just a little nervous because of the needles and the surgery and all that. You'd think I'd be used to it by now after just having my legs rebuilt, but I still am not used to the surgery. But that's everything. So that's my journey on how I got here and where I started and how long it took. I started 3 years ago with praying about it, and then I've been spending about 1 year to 6 months just getting approved for the insurance and getting the psychological evaluation and getting the doctor's diet and for 6 months, and all of my nutrition classes and things. So that's been my journey so far, and thanks for being on this journey with me. And I'll keep you updated. I'm hoping my next video I'd like to do a swimsuit edition, to where I'm not shy and I'm not ashamed of my body. It doesn't bother me at all. So I think I'm a big, beautiful woman. And so I'd like to do a before in my swimsuit, and then we'll see what it's like maybe later on down the road. So that'll be my next video, is the big before reveal. Okay, I hope I see you then. Bye.